Hey everybody. So in keeping with the thing that we've been doing, today was a 1 out of 10. And again, lower number, better today. So pretty good day. And then the word of the day is obstipation, which I did not even know was a word until coming up here. So obstipation is a form of constipation where it is like really, really bad. And that is kind of what Jon David's been having. Primarily caused by the fact that when he was so stenosed or had narrowing of the aorta, he wasn't getting good blood flow down to his gut. And so that really backed him up. It had been about 8 days since he had a really good poop. The good news is that it was not so backed up that like obstipation in very severe forms can end up like you have to go to surgery and fix it and things like that. Luckily, he was not that obstipated. So he ended up getting a very like hefty IV drug. And then on top of that, he also got lactulose, which is usually used for kids who are a little bit older, but they used it on him. And after a couple of doses, he decided that he was going to poop. He pooped quite a bit. So he had two different diapers. One was 151 mLs and the other one was 261 mLs. Granted, they were mixed pee and poop, but both of them he blew out and we had to change the sheets. And I have never been so happy to see a blowout on a kid. It was awesome. So we are happy that he's pooping. He still has plenty to give. His belly is still like really big, but it's some good steps in the right direction. We want this kid to poop because it has been a long time since he's pooped. So with him peeing and pooping today, he's like negative 300. And so he is clearing his airways, like his lungs are starting to clear the fluid out. And so he went last night from 30/11 at 32% oxygen with a breathing rate of 32 to today, like right before I came in here to do all this, he was sitting at 28% on his oxygen, 24/10 with a rate of 30. So he's made some pretty good steps forward on his weans. And then also, he's had some lower saturations on his oxygen levels, but that's partially because his shunt, like the changing of where the blood shifts to in his heart, is starting to be more right to left versus left to right. And so when it was going left to right, it was always having oxygenated blood go to his lungs again, which was also kind of contributing to them being wetter. But now that it's going right to left, his overall blood saturation levels are going down a little bit, but that's not honestly a terrible thing given the situation, especially trying to clear out his lungs. So that is like one of the things that if somebody's like, he had been sitting in the low 90s, now he's kind of mid to low 80s. Again, not a terrible thing at the moment. That will be fixed when they start ballooning that PA band or when he gets to that next surgery and they remove the PA band, then it won't be a problem anymore. But right now, he's going to probably stay between about 80 to 90. Now, he was much more himself today. He got to play with his mobile, which I did not catch on video, but he did. He's opening his eyes because the swelling has gone down immensely. He can actually look around. He had ophthalmology come by to actually look at his eyes, and they gave him the check and say that everything is looking good. He also had physical therapy come by, and they worked him out a little bit, and his range of motion is greatly improving. At one point, he couldn't bend his arms or his legs, really, because he was so swollen. He is starting to get his range of motion back. And then he is definitely getting more comfortable, which I think we all would when we are not constipated anymore. And so he is moving in the right direction and getting less constipated. Now, that has been Jon David's day. Pretty good day. And then Hunter had a fun day. He got to play laser tag. He got to go to the gym and then play with his friends and then play the lottery. He was scratching the lottery ticket at night. And so he had fun with that. But overall, pretty good day for both boys. And then I wanted to take a second before we ask for prayer request to just say thank you to everybody for anything that you've done for us during this time, whether it be donations, hanging out, checking in, prayers, phone calls, text, anything. If you have helped in any type of way, checked in any type of way, then I just want to say thank you. But if y'all would please pray that he will continue to poop. Please pray that he will continue to clear his lungs and that they will strengthen so that way he can move toward extubation and getting off the ventilator. And then please pray for all the kids and families up here who are battling CHD and around the world battling CHD, which is congenital heart defects, because it is incredibly difficult and it is a long road because there is no cure for this. Their hearts get reconstructed with surgery and then they have to do follow-ups for the rest of their life. And complications can happen for the rest of their life. So please keep them in your prayers. But that's all I've got for y'all tonight. Hope y'all continue to choose Hope Daily. Y'all have a good night. God bless, and we'll see you tomorrow.
Take it!
Hey, good morning.